Two of the finest and most powerful forwards lead out the two teams. Kieran Cunningham from St Helens and current Great Britain skipper Adrian Morley. Two men of the highest quality, feared throughout the world of rugby league. Tough competitors. Morley a winner with Leeds in 1999 in this Challenge Cup, and Cunningham with 6 Challenge Cup winners' medals already. Good crowd packing in here, good support from both St Helens and waRRINGTON. St Helens, Paul Whelan shrugs off ankle ligament damage to take his place behind a free scoring back division, which, thanks to the distribution and guile of Long and Price, has already registered 46 tries. But that front row of Kalis, Cunningham and Graham are capable of adding to that number. Skipper Cunningham with a career 150 try total in a red and white jersey. For waRRINGTON, Aussies Hicks, King and Monaghan will be hoping to take advantage of the warm, dry conditions, but their attacking potential will only be released if St Helens-born Lee Briers can weave his magic in midfield. And if Briers can, and props Morley and Rauhihi make their presence felt up front, then the Anderson brothers, Louis and Vinny, have the pace to trouble Saints. An indication of the importance of those replacements, impact players can be seen in Roby and Fasavalu, both internationals, and each one capable of turning a game for St Helens. Pitch in superb conditions. Referee Richard Silverwood ready to get this 5th round of the Carnegie Challenge Cup in action. Great anticipation after 2 tremendous battles between these two sides in the Super League. Saints just edging out waRRINGTON twice, but rather narrowly. Difficult, Jonathan, to guess the result here.
Well, you got to go with St Helens. You know, the form side, they've got most of their players back from injury. The bench looks incredibly strong, and I think, you know, we said what an attacking side they are, but defensively they're solid.
Saints moving well already with Willie Talau. James Graham. Big blow for waRRINGTON was the pulling out of Martin Gleeson, the centre. He problem with a virus.
There's a good chase there by, you know, Vinny Anderson. One thing you can't do, you can't allow this man just to sit back in the pocket and have an armchair ride. You've got to put pressure on him, because his kicking game is so good, as the boys mentioned in the studio. But we mentioned, Ray, I think that the waRRINGTON pack, Gleeson and Raihihi, have got to stand up today, you know, because I feel that the St Helens pack are very, very dominant and lay that platform for long.
waRRINGTON then in their away strip of the black and blue. St Helens, of course, in traditional red and white. Mark Gleeson acting out back number 14 there, the younger brother of Martin, whose absence today. There is Paul Rauhihi. Great Kiwi forward, giant of a man. Takes second 5 to push him back.
He needs a big game. He's the one that can take this waRRINGTON pack forward.
Briers, nice slip inside, but that was well read. Good tackle on the 5th tackle. Briers again. Good take. Eddie Gardner.
Well played.
Been in good form this season, Gardner. 14 tries already in Cup and League.
Wait, Paul. Go.
Cunningham. Kalis. Missed a big part of this. Oh, no, that surely should have been a penalty, lifting the legs up above the horizontal.
I think it's been more of an accident. He was clumsy, really. He didn't come down on his head.
No, it doesn't matter whether it's clumsy or accident, Jonathan. It's a penalty.
Wait, Vinny.
Wouldn't matter if you came down on your head, whether it was clumsy or what, would it?
Thanks, Ray.
No way through there for number 12, John Wilkin. 5th tackle.
It's a good set for waRRINGTON there. Not much ground made by St Helens.
Good catch again from Stuart Reardon. No problem with that catching today. Not a hint of wind out.
perfect conditions of rugby.
Two. Wait. Go square. Go.
Gleeson.
Chris.
Matt King with the shaven head. Haven't seen that
Get square.
this season.
Wait. Go.
Melbourne Storm, former Australian Test centre. Gleeson again works well around that acting half-back area. Got a good turn of pace, number 14.
Last one. Get square.
That's a good
Wait.
drive.
Go.
Monaghan, Breers. Good-natured boos from the crowd because, of course, Lee Breers, born, bred and still lives in St Helens in a great danger. Gilmore.
I thought he was caught in two minds there. They stayed off him a little bit. Got caught in two minds.
Wait. Go.
Careless again. Good tackling. Good driving back there by Ben Westwood and Morley. Cunningham just having a look at the options. Short pass to James Graham.
Go. Go.
Tallow in his last season of his contract here at Nosey Road, or now the GPW Recruitment Stadium.
Just notice Kieran Cunningham there, noticing the quick play the ball with Tarlow, shoots to the right.
John Long, good kick, pressure on Penny. Oh. Well, Lee Penny, a former basketball player, but he didn't exactly leap high there, Jonathan, did he?
Well, I think he read that well. The kick was overcooked slightly, and just watch his positioning. He knows it's going over, he reads it well. There we are, he reads it well, really. And they will pepper him. There will be questions asked about his defensive frailties. You know, Avy Gardner's run a great run of tries against Warrington, so they will target young Penny.
Michael Monaghan there, former Manly Sea Eagles half-back. Good play here from Warrington. Chris Hicks, another wingman in superb form this year.
Third.
Yeah. Good movements. King not been at his best in the bad weather that we've experienced up here in the northwest. Monaghan, little touch there from Rauhi, but he went backwards. Reardon. On the fifth tackle.
Well, that seems to be his Achilles.
Took an ankle trap. Breers again, switching the direction. Superbly taken, and we've got Damien down there as our pitch side reporter.
Yes, I'm concerned obviously about Stuart Reardon, but a word also about the conditions. It's very muggy down here. Some of the players blowing hard, taking water on. Especially significant for Warrington. We saw how they blew up against St Helens a few weeks ago after taking the lead. We'll see how that develops as Reardon limps off.
And there is the sorry picture of Stuart Reardon being led from the pitch.
Yeah, that looked like an Achilles problem. A big blow. Let's just watch. That's an Achilles problem, I think. That's what it looked like. But young Riley is on out full back. And again, I'm sure they'll target Riley as well with the high kicks.
Price, Flannery, little chip kick through. Oh, Penny looking for support, but the lad did well there to get low and to pick up that ball. And Chris Riley, young former academy player, just 20 years of age, preparing to come on for Stuart Reardon. St Helens, the holders of this Challenge Cup, 30 points to 8 against the Catalan Dragons at Wembley last season. Breers. Westwood.
Good angle by Westwood.
Good movement here now. Breers again. Monaghan. Gardner's underneath it. Well taken again. Defused the bomb in the in-goal area. Paul Cullen was saying before kick-off, Jonathan, he had to deny St Helens the ball and play out the sets of 6. He's doing that so far, isn't it? His team.
Yes, he is. You know, they're completing the sets, and also, you know, the kicking game is okay because they've got good field position. I think the important factor is that defensively, you know, they've kept the yardage down by the St Helens forward, so they'll be happy with that. But they've got to keep their focus. That is the problem. When you're in a game, it is like an arm wrestle, and when you're losing an arm wrestle, you've got to keep your focus, and that's what Warrington have been failing at sometimes.
The problem could be overnight lost Martin Gleeson and now lost Stuart Reardon, two very, very exciting backs. Here to St Helens, out wide here now. Melly, little chip over the top, goes for the ball. Oh, he's got it! Oh, it looks a beautiful effort from Francis Melly. Very clever. He's looking to see if there's an obstruction via a push here. But Francis Melly, 7 tries in Super League this season, using his headpiece.
There's nothing really on. Dude, does he push him or not? Maybe he pushes him, but his eyes are on the ball, I think. So that is just a call for the video referee. Mr. Smith is the only one. He definitely pushes him, yes, but his eyes are on the ball.
He pushes him with his right hand, doesn't he?
I think that's a penalty.
Yeah, it might be.
So I'm looking at it, but again, penalty, I think.
You might be right, although that young lady's holding the try poster up. She's optimistic. Will she be right? No try. Boos from St Helens fans, cheers and applause from the Wolves supporters, and not very happy Francis Melly. But it was a good piece of rugby, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good. But I would definitely think now that would you put Hicks at full back rather than young Chris Riley, because Chris Riley is not the tallest of guys, and I think that they will pepper Penny, so you need someone with a bit of height back there. So I would maybe change and put Chris Hicks into full back.
Penalty.
What do you think, Ray?
Well, it's a penalty. Monaghan trying to take a quick kick.
On the Hick, would you change Hicks to full back or instead of Riley? I just feel that, you know, Riley used to play in a wing. He's not the tallest guy. They will pepper him, and look at the size of the two wingers. You need someone there with a bit of height.
You do, but
wait.
Hicks is quite devastating down this wing.
Yeah, but you can change it attacking wise. Put him in.
Oh, here's a chance. Gleeson going for the line. Now then, Warrington pressing here now. 7 metres from this line. Monaghan. Adrian Morley. He's over. Oh, terrific cluster from Adrian Morley, the skipper. We mentioned his power before kick-off. He shrugs off a couple of tacklers, and the skipper is leading from the front. 4-0 for Warrington.
There we are. There's a break. Lovely break. Goes through Kailis. There's the step. There we are. The inside ball. I think he runs at Gilmore.
Warrington then looking to add another 2 points. And they do. Chris Hicks, the points gatherer, 6 points to 0, thanks to that lad Adrian Morley celebrating his 31st birthday.
Here we are, I just going to stop it there. There's Wellens, the full-back. He spots the full-back, he runs right over, he run it on, he just targets the full-back, and that is just a mismatch. Wellens is a very good defender, but against a rampaging prop, it's very, very difficult, and you've got to go low.
Now, Jonathan, everyone all week has been talking up the history and the statistics. 1899, 1900 when they last won a Challenge Cup tie here, Warrington. 1994 when they last won a match. What's the pointer?
Well, hey, it's there to be broken, isn't it? You know, there we are, let's get there and win.
Damien, any news?
Yes, Warrington ahead, but bad news about Stuart Reardon. Confirmation that he's got an Achilles injury. Right leg, he's in agony in the dressing room. He'll unlikely to play any further part today and maybe out for some time.
Paul Wellens, who's had ankle problems all week, just mistiming that ball. But Warrington are moving in very, very quickly, ferociously up front. Number 13 there, Vinnie Anderson, former St Helens player. Melly helping out in midfield. Good tackle though there from Johnson, and Rauhi hit Cunningham. Careless. James Graham, one of the many young contenders for the Great Britain trip to the World Cup at the end of this year. Fifth tackle.
And again, you know, I think Warrington are controlling the tackle area. There's no quick play. There was only one in the game so far.
They're not giving St Helens any room at all, are they, to move?
The pressure
moving in very, very quickly.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of pressure on Sean Long, and where he's kicking from as well. He's kicking from inside his own half. So nothing fancy, just keep the ball, complete the sets and get a good kick in. That's all they have to do at Warrington.
They have been a side in Super League, Jonathan, who've made a lot of errors this season, but few so far.
Yeah, well, that's it. They're going to score tries against everyone. And that kind of side, they've got to keep their discipline, no penalties, and keep the defence tight. No mistakes whatsoever.
Last one! Come on! Hey! No!
Fifth tackle again, Lee Breers. Monaghan. Two pivots in midfield there, both Breers and Monaghan. Again, well taken by Gardner. Never took his eye off that ball.
Yeah, you've got to put pressure on them though. It's good hang time on the ball. You've got to compete for it.
St Helens looking very static around this play of the ball.
Yeah, they're very flat. You know, they're not getting good quick play of the balls. Defence is organised.
Stand! Wait, ball. Go.
Cunningham. Gilmore. In all honesty, I think it needs a run from Leon Price. He comes in at number one like an old-fashioned loose forward, but with more pace.
Another big hit again. Well, the tackle completion rate at the moment, more than 100%. You know, with nearly 15 minutes again. Fantastic.
That's a knock-on.
And again, look where they are. Look at it turning the ball over. Pressure on Sean Long.
Jump! Jump! Don't be kicking it away.
Matt King coming in well, looking after Gidley there.
It's a good battle there, isn't it? Gidley and King.
Warrington then leading 6 points to nil after 15 minutes.
Great ride and good tackle.
Breers looks for Johnson. That's Hicks away. Good cover tackling there from Willie Tallow, Saints number 4. Westwood, direct route. Driving for that line, he's a metre short. Couple of tackles remaining. Breers, slip inside to Rohi. Can he drive? He gets a good offload.
No numbers.
Monaghan, it's out wide here. Oh! Shocking pass.
Yeah, the first knock on, I think someone got the hand to it, right? Yep. It wasn't a bad pass. Let's see if there's a hand in here. Yes, definitely gets a hand in. Gardner tries saving. Hand it is. Just watch, it's got to come in. Great decision. Great tackle, Gardner.
My apologies to Louis Anderson there.
It's great defensive play there by the winger.
Terrific. But Warrington looks so confident, Jonathan, whether they're driving forward or moving it flat.
Well, it all came from the offload. Rahini took the ball in, took it into Kieran Cunningham, had the offload and sucked in 3 defenders.
Breers caught in 2 minds and caught with 2 players. 6 points to nil. That's a penalty.
Kick it.
Now, would you go for goal?
Yes, I would kick it.
Climbing over. Interference.
Got to kick it. There we are. Lying on the top of him. doesn't really get off, look.
Penalty conceded there by John Wilkin. Referee Mr. Silverwood indicated very early on he wants quick movement away from the tackle. Chris Hicks.
And I think one thing about St Helens, they will keep their composure, they will not panic.
John. Yeah,
And that's what Warrington have got to do as well.
Yeah,
Can't get all excited, you know, throw the silly pass. In the last league game, you know, the interception by Melly just before half-time by looking for the miracle ball.
Hicks then with the second conversion attempt. Came over here from Australia, quite unheralded at the beginning of this season, but he certainly has made a name for himself.
Right.
There's another 2. And the Warrington score moves out to 8 points to 0.
Yeah. We had to come in, otherwise a 2-man overlap on the left. And this is the penalty.
Paul Wellens. Long and low. Picked up well by Monaghan. Rauhihi lurking there. And as well as Dave, we've got Robbie Paul still down there on touchline. What do you think of this Warrington so far, Robbie?
I tell you what, they've been real led by their 2 senior front row members, and that's Adrian Morley and Paul Rauhihi. They're really setting a great platform, and we've been complemented by the other 2 forwards in their pack going really well, the 2 Anderson brothers. So very, very impressive, Ray.
Here's, that looked a forward pass.
Yeah, it's definitely forward. And that is the first mistake which will give them field position.
It's a sense of how eager these Warrington players are to run onto the ball, though, isn't it?
Well, we mentioned before the game, that's the test. Match St Helens up front. But this is now a test for Warrington. The first real test of our defence.
Oh, out!
Leon Price. Wellens. St Helens trailing in both their Super League clashes against Warrington this season, and came back in the final quarter.
Chris,
A long time remaining here. 8 points to 0. Cunningham. Oof, Pasavalu. He's just announced he's on the pitch to Mr. Westwood.
yes.
Cunningham. Graham. Loses the ball.
Back to one.
He reckons that Anderson knocked the ball out. Sean Long.
Again, good defence, coming out of the blocks very quickly, getting the space down.
Warrington watching Price very, very carefully. Good ball out here now to Gardner. Cuts inside. Good tackle across the field there. St Helens now on the attack. Sean Long. Good dummy. Puts it out to Leon Price. They've got a 3-2 here. Willie Tallow going to the corner. Willie Tallow is in. And Willie Tallow evades. Lee Breers out wide. Good movement of the ball across field. And at last a smile on the St Helens crowd faces. Willie Tallow.
Yeah, just watch, they've been drawn in to the left-hand side. There's the dummy. He's just been defending on the inside shoulder, and a quick step, he just gets outside him far too easy. Lee Breers won't be happy with that.
Nice little skip and a jump, wasn't the first?
Yeah, you just can't give him too much space.
The scorer in the 2004 and 2006 Cup finals, relishes the Challenge Cup. And I think playing for a new contract, well worth it on the form so far this season.
Very solid.
And Sean Long with the conversion. Been plagued with injuries for the last 6 months, but back to superb form. I hesitate to mention with Brian Noble, the Wigan coach, being in our studio after that Cardiff match. There's a good shot. Oh, he just goes in on the near side of that far upright. And St Helens are right back bang in this match.
As the ball has come across, they've sucked a few defenders. There's the dummy. As the ball goes out, if we stop it there, this is the mismatch. You know, he's got to get there. There's the player. If we run it on, he just gives him too much space. He puts the step on him, just does him on the outside far too easy. Lee Breers, no, won't be happy with that tackle.
Get him low.
Passavalou.
First. On the 10 and hold. Go.
One of the many St Helens players who were injured at the beginning of the season, returning to action now.
Go.
Oh, he just managed to get hold of it.
On the 10. Go.
Francis Melly using his weight.
And as I said, keep their composure, keep their discipline. One forward pass, give him field position and they score. Now, another set to 6 in the Warrington half. Let's see the character of this Warrington side.
Damien down there at pitch side.
Yes, I'm with Mike Cooper, 18th man for Warrington today. What are your impressions of the Warrington start, Mike?
I didn't think they started too well actually. After about 5 minutes or so, they sort of, got into gear really. I thought Adrian Morley and Paul Rowhey sort of kicked on then and dominated there.
Oh, here's a terrific try! Flying in there! Terrific effort from Chris Flannery! The Aussie second row! Beautiful play from St Helens. They whip the ball to the right, the speed of their handling, the movements of that man Flannery, and Saints are in the lead.
Here we are, there's the dummy. He caught out a little bit, Anderson.
Paul Wellens coming into this movement.
There's the dummy. Here we are. Lovely play. Held the defence out. Try.
Chris Flannery, former Sydney Roosters player, again a little unfortunate last season, suffered a broken leg, but very valuable member of this St Helens side. Utility player, plays in the pack, play in the centre. John Long. Just a couple of metres inside that 20-metre area. Not a breath of wind. No problem. Nonchalantly runs back.
It's great play again. So we just run it on. There's the dummy. Stop it there. There's the player who's been caught, okay? So he's come in there. There's the gap. If we run it on, there we are. The other defenders has got to come in. Monaghan has got to come in. He leaves the Saints second rower. Flannery just to stream through. Just pull the defence in.
12-8 for St Helens. Passavalou wanted to get into the action quickly. James Graham.
Second. Release him. Come on, Ben.
And Roby appearing on the pitch as a interchange for Cunningham.
Third. Come on. Go.
Talau. Wilkin. Roby bringing a different approach to the game than Kieran Cunningham, and that's the beauty of these two men. That's where he goes. He's got pace.
Last one. Yes. Go.
Wellens, the momentum with St Helens. Warrington backpedaling. I don't think I've ever seen Passavalou kick a ball before.
I think he just realised his last tackle.
Warrington now have to regroup. They've got to hold this ball.
Well, that was the difference. We mentioned, you know, mistake-free rugby and a bit of discipline. They make 2 mistakes, and now they're 12 points.
Squared up and hold.
You've just got to keep your discipline and your composure.
Good running there from Johnson.
Yeah, great play the ball by Adrian Morley as well. Took it in, quick play the ball.
Go.
Monaghan, Breers. Vinnie Anderson.
That's one in the line, 5.
Breers again. It'll chip through. Oh, Helens has it covered. Good running there from Paul Helens. Had it covered all the time.
Lovely kicking of a ball by Wellers is there in the right position as he usually is.
Go behind.
Simon Grix, number 19, coming on. He's been out for 2 or 3 months with ankle ligament damage. Bit of a gamble, but Paul Cullen quite happy, I think. Had a reserve game earlier this week. And there's another replacement, Ben Harrison.
First, and John.
Young man
Let's square man.
from Barrow.
Go.
Monaghan. Harrison again. Did well.
Second on the line, 2 feet, Paul. Go.
Breers.
Third.
Young
12
Chris
feet.
Riley, number 20.
Wait. Go. 3.
Johnson. Spots a gap. Can he get
Oh,
it?
great ball.
Beautiful pass.
Fantastic
And
ball.
Warrington it in. Chris Hicks at the corner. And a tremendous reply from Warrington. No problems with the attacking skills of this Wolves side. And that man Hicks adds another.
It is a great ball. Look at this commit. Smelly goes in, out the back door, try.
Hicks taking advantage of that clever piece of play from Paul Johnson.
Good response.
Carl Hicks already with 8 points to his credit. Try and 2 goals. Chris Hicks with the kick. A lot of noise and whistling to put up with from behind him. Will it phase
Very
him?
good
I
kick.
don't think he does. It's a superb effort. Really is a very, very calm footballer, this man Hicks, and Cullen barking the instructions down.
They go away, plenty of stop it there. Once this guy comes in, it's all about creating a space for this man. Run it on. The offload is magnificent. He commits 3 defenders to the run. There was nothing on there really. Johnson goes in, rides 1 tackle, magnificent offload. Melly is sucked in.
The momentum back with Warrington. 14-12.
First, and hold. Go. Second, stand James. Get square, John. Go.
Good running again from Morley. Always direct. Takes it at number 1. Breers. Ben Westwood. Got support up. Can he get over? I thought he was just going to
Leave him, Leon.
get that pass inside to Riley.
Go.
Yeah, 3rd tackle. There's no need for that miracle ball yet. Just take it in, and this guy's
Morley.
been superb. First half an hour,
5 last,
Adrian
Liam
Morley.
James. Go.
Monaghan. Breers.
All right, outside.
Good kick. keeps Warrington moving forward, keeps St Helens in their
Yeah.
own 20-metre area.
This
That'll
is a-
satisfy the coach there, Paul Cullen.
This is what they want to do now. They'll try and, you know, force an error.
Keep having it clear in the kicking, guys. Alright. Yeah.
Slowly walk to the...
Certainly this Warrington front row operating very, very well in midfield.
Yeah, well, Rahee's gone off now. And Morley is still there. How they rotate those, you know, two props would be crucial to the outcome of this game.
Shoulder. Hold the time.
When you look at,
Wait, Moss.
you know, the St Helens bench, Hargreaves,
Melly.
Fasavalou coming on,
Second. Leave in.
Clough as well.
Go.
Here is Clough. Picked up a hat-trick of tries in the league game over at
Hold.
Warrington.
Go.
Price. Graham. We've not seen a lot of the St Helens half-backs, have we? The pack isn't launching them.
Well, it's not launching them because of the defensive, you know, job that Warrington are doing on them.
Last one step out.
On the fifth tackle. Sean Long.
Alright. Kick is clear.
And they'll be happy with that, you know.
Chris Riley very sensibly letting that ball just roll into touch. Head and ball to Warrington, of course.
Got it. Alright. Okay, let's go. Fine tight, seconds. Fine tight, Lee.
Certainly a very experienced squad, Jonathan, this Warrington side. You know, these Australians appeared in the grand finals, Morley in a final. They'll be used to this tension.
First, leave it, Chris.
Yes,
Go.
but as I said, they've just got to keep their composure. It's about the top 2 inches.
Second.
Good running and good distribution there from number 11, Vinnie Anderson.
Trying to, you know, free,
Go.
you know, young Penny.
Monaghan spotting a gap. Just didn't manage to get through, but a knock on. Nowhere, he says, but Mr. Silverwood isn't concerned.
Decision is made. Let's have a look.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, did he? Yeah, did he regain it? No.
Both
see
on
it?
floor, I call out. And you see.
Ah, well, there's a good relationship there between the hooker and the referee. They can both smile, even though they disagree. Matt Gidley trying to make way down the outside.
Very fast. His legs fast. Second. Release. And hold. Go.
Roby. Price got support here now. Wellens to Melly. Melly, surely he'll go for the corner. He does. Oh, a terrific run from Francis Melly. He's 16 and a half stone, and you don't stop a man like that 2 or 3 metres from the line. He looked at the line, he knew where he was going, and there was no stopping him. A game effort from the Warrington defence, but a try for Melly. It's all action here.
Yeah. Great try. Then the players twice. They sucked in. As again, unfortunately, Lee Breers gets sucked in. Is caught out a little bit. Lovely ball again.
And it was a game effort there, Jonathan, by Chris Riley, but he just wasn't big enough to stop a huge wingman
no.
like this.
And once he had the ball in his hands, there was only one thing he was going to do: run straight and run over the top of young Chris Riley, unfortunately.
Sean Long with his third attempt. But I don't think he aimed for that, but he certainly struck it well from the floor. 2 more points for Sean Long, and Saints race back into the lead.
Seesaw game. You watch the dummy runners. There it is, there's one. Look, we stop it there. Again, it's this gentleman here, it's just Breers, he just held up, he's run it on, he just got held in, and then the winger is sucked in. It's 2-1. Is that a forward pass? I'm not really sure. But once he gets the ball in his hands, he realises straight over the top of Riley.
Second, Andy. Go.
Clough driving forward. Everyone expected this to be a hard-fought game, but we're certainly not only getting that in midfield, we're getting some excellent running.
It's now
Price.
very important couple of minutes now for Warrington. They've got to hold out.
Adrian Morley, the skipper, going off, having a rest. Good kick. Good kick. Pinpoint accuracy there. Suddenly, Sean Long beginning to control matters in midfield.
Yeah, great kicking game.
Back tight.
Just 2 minutes remaining in this first half.
Back tight.
And already 5 tries. The inscrutable Daniel Anderson there, just weighing up, perhaps considering his talk at half-time.
Move! Wait! Go! Second! Release! Come on, James! Go!
Monaghan. Harrison.
Third! Better 10, Sean! Go! 4! Release, Sean! Go!
Lee Breers.
Kicker's okay. Play on.
Gardner been... oh, that's dangerous. But it's paid off.
Well, he was closed in.
Go.
Here's Eddie Gardner again.
2! Move! Wait! Go! 3! Come on, mate! Go!
Warrington just not moving in as quickly as they did in that opening shock period. Perhaps the heat, and it is hot down there, beginning to tell a little bit.
Yeah, it's very muggy down there.
Last one! 5
On the last tackle. Seconds remaining. Leon Price, beautiful ball! Over the top! St Helens have got a throw. Well, the hooter is gone. It's all over. Almost another try there for St Helens, but I'm sure that after those early shocks and that 8 points to nil start for Warrington, that last try there from Francis Melly would at least put a little bit of a smile on one or two of those St Helens players.